Hello and welcome to another video for my YouTube channel. In this case, today is the tutorial of the making of the A330 of JARDesing with General Electric engines. So let's go. First of all, we need to go to the aircraft folder. In my case, there is in aircraft, heavy metal, Airbus, and Pay. That is the Payware aircraft who I have. So just here we need to copy the your A330 aircraft folder. So copy and paste in a different folder, because if you paste this folder here, it's probably that you have a problem with the original folder. So in my case, I can, for example, I come here and paste it here. So when we have pasted in a different folder, only you have to rename this folder, for example, General Electric Engines. Okay, and now we have to open two folders. These two folders are one of these, the A330 V1.3 General Electric, so open in a different window, and now you will need the, in my case I have here the original engines, the original aircraft for the engines. So in your case I will put in the description of that video a link with the files that you need to do this. So that files are these. They are the main PNG file. This is a texture file where you can find the texture of your General Electric engines, and now the engines.obj. So just copy it and paste in your new A330, in your A330 copy in objects folder. Just copy inside. Okay, when you copy this file, you can find this here, engines obj, and the main PNG. I think it's possible. Yeah, here it is. Main PNG. In my case, I take this, so it's probably that you take you have the Europa main PNG. So no problem, this is not important. The important part of the file is only this: the two texture of the two engines, the turbofan and the pylon. You can see here is modified by me to work properly. So let's go now with the plane maker. Okay, I think yes, I closed the two folders. So okay, now you have to go to the plane maker. Now here we are in our plane maker. So we have to open the copy of the A330. So just go to open. It's possible that it takes a few minutes, depends the aircraft that you have in your aircraft folder, because the plane maker have to read all of the aircraft. Okay, now all the aircraft are ready, and go to aircraft here, heavy metal, in my case, Airbus, Payware, and open. In this case, I will open the Rolls-Royce engine, that is the original aircraft. It's possible that your folder have this name, A330 V1.3 General Electric, that's because it's the copy, but I have done the copy yet. So I will open the normal version to explain the first part of this. So open aircraft. Okay, so the aircraft is open. Now we can make zoom, put zoom or not. We can move, rotate the aircraft. Okay, because we can do too many things. So only we have to go to here standard and objects, I don't know, which in English, in Spanish is objetos varios, but in English I don't know. So open this, and now we have a window with all the objects of the aircraft. Here we have the fuselage, the cockpit, the interior, the salon, the glasses of the aircraft, wings, all the aircraft. So now just only pay attention, only we have to delete two objects. These objects are 330 engine R8 and 330 engine L8. So just only click here, go out one and go out two. Close the window, and we can see we don't have any engines, only the interior of the engine. This part of the engine is an object. This is a texture. No, so now I'm going to open my General Electric version to explain the second part. Okay, so here we have our General Electric version. This is the final of the aircraft, like you can see. Now, remember, you don't have the engines, you only have the interior part of the engine, but this is not important right now. Just finish with our plane maker phase, and then we go to a little part of the texture to modify this and put out of the engines. So now we have to go to the window objects, objetos varios, and now we go down and click. Okay, I will delete this. This is the engine, so I will click on delete it. Now you have this is very similar at yours at this moment. So go here and click on add, añadir, and click on the rectangle. So click here this. Now you have a window with all of the objects of the aircraft. If you try to open an object who is in other aircraft, it's possible. No, it's possible. No. The plane maker will show you an error and close. So you have to have the object that you want to put in your aircraft folder. So here we have our engines object, and we click in open objects to add to the aircraft. So you can see, yes, this is they are bad, because you can see here there is a part in the air, there are no material between. So now we have to put it in the in his position, so in their position. So we go to the window, the famous window, and we have to introduce these numbers. Here in the first we have to put 0, 0, 0, dot 2, 0. In the second one, all zeros, and in the third one we have 0, 0, 0, and dot 5, 0. With this third number, you can edit the height all of the engines. Now, if you put a higher number, the engines will be higher. If you put a lower number, the engines will be down of the standard position. So just continue. In the left we have here the lighting. We have to put it in crystal. Oh, sorry, exterior. In exterior. Now the shadow mode, go in all views, And here we have to put perfect. All these there aren't marked. So now you have the General Electric engines installed in your A330, but you have a problem. You have the interior part of the engine. So now we go to our part of the tutorial. Now we have to go to our aircraft folder and go to the objects folder. Just here you have to open your fuselage 2 PNG or texture file, whatever you want, and you have to open with maybe Photoshop, Paint. I recommend the Photoshop. I only use the Photoshop to make texture. You can see the result of this in the ORG in my freeware libraries. So now this is the modified file. You have an image right now in the screen that you can see. This is one part of the texture. Here there are the inside part of the engine. So just only remove it with the rubber in Photoshop, for example, all the zone of the interior part of the engine, and you will have something like this, very similar. So that's all. You don't need to do any more. Now you have the General Electric engines in your A330 JARDesign aircraft. So for deliveries, it's the same process as this. Only you have to go to your libraries folder, open delivery for what you want. For example, in my case, I will open my Aeropa Echo Charlie Juliet Kilo Golf Blue Tail. This is the new livery of Aeropa, and you can see in the fuselage 2 PNG there are anything here. So we'll close this, and now I will explain you something about the liveries the companies who have the engines paint. Like you can see here in your main PNG folder, texture file in objects folder, the engines are white. So if you have an airline, you are flying or have livery of an airline who has the engines white, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to copy this file to the liveries folder. But if you have, for example, an Air Berlin, his engines are red, so you have to copy that file and go to the liveries folder or your Air Berlin folder, in this case this, for example, and paste it here. So when you paste, you have here, when you open this livery, I think you know how XPlane works, but I will explain you. If you load this livery and you have, for example, the main here, you can paint it here, and if you put something here in this part of the engine, the XPlane will read this file. If you don't put this file, the the XPlane will read the main PNG in objects folder. So it's so important for this type of liveries. So if you have copied this file here, just open it and open with Photoshop, for example, paint.net or Paint, or wherever you want to edit the engines and paint it like your favorite airline. So now when you open this Air Berlin texture, the engines will be red and not white. Okay, so just to finish the tutorial, in the description you will have a link to download the engines.obj, main.png, and a link to my Aeropuertos library to download it and can put your General Electric in your A330. All these libraries that you have here are from the Xplane org. Just only have to download it and delete the engines texture file and put your main PNG here, and like I said before that, you only have to edit this file. So this is all. I hope you like it and that you could have put the engines without any problem. If you have any doubts, you just have to put it in the comments and I will try to answer it as soon as possible. If you like the video, you can leave a like to do more tutorials and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to lose any new videos. So, greetings to all, until next time, goodbye.